It's your man Warley. Welcome back. We're here on the Power Walk, Power Talk, and we're going to talk about action, right? Something that everybody wants to have on the high level, but when it comes to it, they bow down. It's kind of like they punk to the action, right then and then, you know? Like even their imagination or probably like the initial thought, right, in their mind would be like, yeah, I'm gonna go do that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna, and then they come up with a lot like like they're going to run the world like you know and then when it comes time to they start running and then boom, it hits you right there, right? The moment of the action, the moment of the action, right? It feels all good to be like, yeah, I'm going to work out, I'm going to build that body, but boom, when you walk inside the gym and then it hits you, now you got to do the work. Now I'm gonna eat right. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get my body right. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. It comes the temptation of the ice cream, the cheesecake. The restaurant staying late at night with the wine and the beer and the alcohol and the smoke and the cigar and this and that and that and that and that. Now it's time to put the work. The moment of the action, right? Uh, it's time to go to work, make some money. Got to put on extra hour. Boom, it hits you right there and then, right? In the morning when you wake up, right? After you do what you got to do, if you got a morning routine, and then you got to go to work, boom, it hits you right there. Even though if you got a morning routine, it hits you right there, right? Always the same thing as fear, right? Same thing as fear. Right before you do what you have to do, you always got to do a jump. It's kind of like if you was in the top of like a high rise building, like 1,000 feet, 500 feet tall, and you stand right in the edge, and then you got to jump to the other building right next to it. And when you look down, you'll be afraid. You feel the fear, right? You feel the consequences. You feel like all these things. But we're talking about normal action. You're right on the fucking ground. You're not, at the top where if you fail, you're gonna die and you're gonna bust. And you're gonna be like break down in so many parts. You don't have that in going to the work. You don't have that and doing your routine or going to the gym or taking care of your body or being healthy. You don't have that kind of uh, that against you, right? But you have that moment of action, right? That is almost similar to that because that's how we react to it. We make it heavy. We make that action heavy. Actually, when we are not on beast mode or, when we are on. What you mean on? On is like people that is already with habits in place that make them so proactive and active, you know like for example, people that have morning routines, they have a routine to work out day in day out. The days they don't go to the gym, it's not for them to rest. They don't want to rest. Those people are proactive. They go and walk, they go and do an active cardio, they find something to do that day, right? They do the sauna, and their meditation goes the same. They're just giving their muscles some rest because that's what they need. They don't stay sleeping in, right? Some people they up every day because they got to go to work. As soon as you cut off their work, they get up at any time. A proactive person, they're going to get up every day at that time. Doesn't matter if they have to go to work or not, right? And they usually get up way early than what they got to do, right? So a proactive person is a person that already have a morning routine and have great habits that they already tapping in into their powers, right? So the moment of action, that's when it comes down to. If you come across these things, and now after you watching this video, you can let me know here in the comments. You have that little feeling, that quick feeling that I'm gonna tell you to not like you, sometimes you don't even do it because you got to go through that feeling. You got to engage, right, and start doing. It's kind of like the English you got to be on before the car drive, and it's always like this push that you got to push through. We all go through it, just like we have the night and we have the day, we have the moon, we have the sun. We all go through it. It's like the fear. The fear. You think people that already went to the stage like a million times, right? They have a career for the entire life. They are getting the stage in front of people and perform. You think because they did it so many times, they're gonna go over there and they're gonna do it without the fear? They're gonna do it without going to this moment of action? They until today they have to overcome this moment of the act, the moment of action, right? They have to. It's always gonna be there. It's like the fear. It's always gonna be with you. It's not gonna be that strong anymore because you already did it for so long and you practiced for so long and you master your craft, but it's still gonna be there. Now, if it's like that for a person that already went in the battle with this thing for years and years, decades, right? And they overcome and they fought with it and they win for decades and it's still there to kind of catch them, right? And they still gotta do the same thing over and over again. For them, it's a little bit easier because they already got the muscle, right? The emotion, the mind, everything already strong enough to do it because they being done and they got the confidence. Now, that's why some people can't do nothing with their life, right? When they want to do it because it gets crazy. Now, compare a person or you, right? If you are on this position that you never overcome, how much work you have to do to overcome. Like, you know, like compare now, right? You got a lot of work to do. Like you really got to be on the top of that. Like you cannot come to something that you want to do and let this thing over you and win over you, right? Actually, on the small stuff, you know, like the things that you say to yourself that you're gonna do, you don't do it. Like that right there already kills your confidence. Like if you can't hold your word to yourself, right? And then any little feeling like when it comes to the action, and you be like, nah, I'm not doing this because it doesn't, I feel like I gotta go over this moment of action. So you gotta really, really, really work on your skills to just to when it comes time to act, to do what you say you're gonna do, what you want to do, you just gotta go, and you gotta go strong, and you always gotta hit that moment. You gotta knock down that moment because that's the first thing. Because after you knock that down, that is gonna get on the front of you. When you boom, you knock that down. That's why the morning routine is so important, and that's why because you already do that in the morning. Like you already knocked that down of stay in the bed. We already, get that win, and then we get another win, and then we keep like, you know, getting that like that person, like your other person that want to be in front of you, holding you from doing things. You start knocking him down. It's you against you, right? And then you don't have room for that. So I love the scenario that I make here about people that are winning and at a very high level and what they have to go through because we think that life is just so good for them and they don't have to go through anything, right? But look, it's cold the same way for them that it is for us that is not doing nothing big. It's hot for the same way for them than it is for us that is not doing that much of difference in this world and they making something huge compared to what we doing. Cannot even compare. We humans and we live in the same planet. They going through the same thing. Doesn't matter how much money they have. Doesn't matter how talented they are. They got 24 hours, just like we got 24 hours, right? The law of the universe is applied to them the same way applied to us. They're not more special or less special than us. We all the same, right? We all humans. They're just doing something with their life that you're not doing it, right? You don't want to like go through the work that they going through. Like you're not putting the effort that they put into, right? You're not tapping into your powers like they tapping into their powers, right? It's your man Warren here. Hope you got the message. Please leave your comments below. Let's roll.